And I think we will give it at least 5 minutes to wait for folks to jump on. Schedules change, people jump on when they're able, so we'll give it a few minutes. Thank you, team that's on the line. And I will defer to our partners over at LCC on how long we should wait before we go ahead and call to order, just for the record, and move to the candidate information just for information of anyone that might be watching this
Yeah,
morning.
I think it's fine to go to call to order.
Okay, so well, welcome everyone, and this meeting is being live streamed and recorded, as you probably just heard. This is Chris Miller with the Minnesota Mississippi River Parkway Commission. Pleased to call to order the regional meeting for the Crossings region of the Great River Road, which is from Grand Rapids to Brainerd. And so we do have some business to take care of today. I am not seeing that we have attendees from the region with us right now. And so I would propose, if others are in agreement, that we move to the regional commissioner recommendation piece, again, just for the record, for today, and move forward with that. That will then be brought forward to the full Minnesota Mississippi River Parkway Commission. So if the group is in agreement with that, I will move forward to that slide. And then we can come back to the start if we have some folks join us. Anyone? Go with it? All right. So this is going to go quickly because there we go. I think it's the quickest way through this. So Andrew, would you like to say just a few words? I went one too far about the
Yeah.
commission, or should we just go straight to the commissioner election? You can go through these quickly, Andrew, but we'd appreciate the information for the record.
I'll briefly go through these. The MRPC is made up of these members. This is the makeup of the membership: 5 from the executive branch, 1 appointed at large by the commissioners of the MRPC, 5 from the different segments of the Great River Road through Minnesota, and then 2 from the Senate and 2 from the House. There are also technical members that make up the that add expertise to the MRPC, and then the commission receives administrative support from the Legislative Coordinating Commission. We can go to the next slide. MRPC was established in Minnesota Statute 161.1419, receives its funding through the state government bill, and receives its funding through the appropriations to the LCC. It receives additional funding through one-time funds or federal or state grants. Go to the next slide. The regional commissioner role is has several responsibilities to the MRPC, and that's to enact the mission of the MRPC at the national, state, and local levels, participate in the 4 quarterly meetings of the MRPC, and then participate in the biannual national Mississippi River Parkway Commission meetings, as well as serve on the standing committees for the National Commission. Additionally, the commissioner responsibilities are to actively support special events related to the Mississippi River or the Great River Road. And at the local, in the regional level, the commissioner's responsibilities are to enable the citizen committee and regional stakeholders to maximize the benefits of the Great River Road, act as a link between the MRPC and the Minnesota MRPC and the regional Great River Road Citizen Committee, foster partnerships and cooperation within the region, harnessing local resources to implement the mission, and coordinate meetings and lead implementation of work by the regional citizen committee. Here we go. For the regional commissioner process, the Minnesota MRPC includes 5 regional commissioners recommended by citizen committees within those regions, and the commissioner will be recommended today for a 4-year term. And then the recommendation will be shared with the full Minnesota MRPC at the November meeting for their consideration as they appoint a regional member. Here, I think I'll pass it back to Chris, knowing we don't have the interested regional commissioner who is interested in running for re-election. Chris, if you would like to say a little bit about Megan, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrew. We do have one candidate who has submitted an application for this position. It's Megan Christensen, Executive Director of Visit Grand Rapids. And Megan is the current Regional Commissioner for Grand Rapids to Brainerd. She has served in that role for several years and been active in that. She has assisted with marketing projects, with many things for the commission, and worked with the communities in her region. She is interested in continuing and working with businesses and individuals in her area. And I'll just say a bit about the process here too, to again clarify. As Andrew said, today's meeting was convened to recommend someone to the full Minnesota Mississippi River Parkway Commission to be considered for a 4-year term. There has been a process in place outside of this meeting. A group of stakeholders and partners from the Grand Rapids to Brainerd region received information about this position vacancy and this regional meeting and had a chance to respond and submit applications. Applications were due by a certain deadline, I believe last week. Megan did submit her application. We have not had other applications or indications of interest that have been submitted. So we did send a reminder about this meeting out about a week in advance of the meeting with the candidate information, requesting any indications of support. In addition, information about the meeting and vacancy and position was posted by Explore Minnesota in their industry newsletter for a couple of weeks and sent out by the Legislative Coordinating Commission to a series of councils that they work with. So information was provided out to stakeholders and partners to open the process, to allow for response and indications of support for Megan. So we will take the results of today's meeting and the information that has come in, and Andrew and others will be sharing that with the commission at their November meeting. So that's just a bit that I would share about process and the candidate here. If others of you that know Megan and have worked with her would like to say a few words, I think we could certainly invite that as well. Carol, Peter, you both know her, Diane as well. So anyone, if you'd like to comment, we'd open the floor for a second here.
I can speak to the qualifications that Megan has, and also her tenure with the Parkway Commission, both at the 10 state level and in Minnesota. She has continually been very active. She works on projects. She works to help develop programmatic frameworks for the commission as large. And then she is very good at generating Mississippi River based in experiences with Visit Grand Rapids, but also with broader partnerships like with the Mississippi River Headwaters Board. And so, I think that she has really served the commission very well, and I highly recommend that she be approved to continue this service.
Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. And Diane.
Yeah, I can say I echo everything that Carol said. Megan is a very active member and engaged member. She participates in many different things. She brings a knowledge base and her skill level of understanding of engaging with the river, of community engaging with the river, and engaging with the Great River Road. To enhance that visit for folks, for citizens, is just key. And also her knowledge about social media and working through that then too has been really great then as well. So I so agree then too. I would really highly support Megan being recommended as the individual, as a commissioner for this region too.
Thank you, Diane. I will also add that Megan, did receive an indication of support from her neighboring commissioner, Carl Samp. He did reach out to indicate his support for her candidacy, and they do work together on things. So it's just another comment in line with what we've been hearing here. So we appreciate this and will carry it forward. Our next step would have been to call for a motion. And Andrew, I'm not sure that that's appropriate in this case, since we don't have representatives from the region present with us right now. So I think we would certainly carry the information from today forward as you wish, but I'll hand it back to you for anything you'd like to share here, Andrew.
Certainly. Yeah. I don't think we don't need to do a motion because no representatives from the region have joined. We would if there would be, and they could make a motion to recommend Megan to the full Minnesota MRPC. But it's also helpful to know that she has received support from various members from the region and neighboring regions with Carl Samp. So I think the next step would then we can take this as staff to the full MRPC in November, given that she was the only one who submitted that commissioner application, and with the outside support that we received as well, we can bring that forward.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you. And we'll move on. Typically, we would chat with folks from the region about updates and things happening, and that is always invited. So at any time, if there are things that you'd like to share, or if there are actions that you'd be requesting from the commission, like a letter of support or a commissioner to attend one of your meetings, we'll just put this out there since we are, again, being recorded and live streamed. So if there's anyone that would like to reach out to the commission, please do. And with that, here's who you would reach out to on that. And this is posted again on the MRPC meetings page at the Legislative Coordinating Commission website. So Andrew and Peter, would you like to just say a few words and say hi to anyone and for future reference?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can start. I am taking over the role of the administrative staff for the Minnesota MRPC, and I also work with the Legislative Coordinating Commission as a research analyst. So all matters related to the commission itself, the running of the commission, meetings, the quarterly meetings, getting things on the agenda, things like that. I am the contact for that, and my email and phone number are there as well. I can pass it to Peter.
Thank you, Andrew. So Peter McDonough, I'm a senior landscape architect in the Environmental Planning and Design Unit within the Office of Environmental Stewardship at MnDOT. And I am a technical advisor for the Commission for MRPC. And I have been in this role for almost 3 years. And I'm delighted that Carol, who ran this program and whose shoes I try to fill, is on the call as well, because she ran the Great River Road as the project manager for many, many years, and knows an incredible amount of background information. So my goal always is to try and catch up. But in any case, my information is on there also. Anytime that you'd like to reach out, please do. Whether it's on official business or if you just like to talk about some background information on the Great River Road, which truly is an all-American road and number one road, scenic road for the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. And I'll just add in, I'm Chris Miller, started the meeting with you, and I didn't really describe my role, but it's been my pleasure to serve the commission for the past quite a few years as its director, and I am now stepping away from that and pleased to welcome Andrew in along with Peter, and know that the commission's work is in good hands. So partners out there, feel free to reach out to Andrew. We've been working together for a while, and he will be able to help you out, and I'm pleased to hand the reins over to him. So with that, Andrew and Diane, do you have any other further business, or if you would like to go ahead and adjourn, I will turn it back to you to do so.
I don't think we have any other business, just knowing that we will take kind of a support for Megan's recommendation to the full MRPC meeting in November.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then Carol looks like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just was I'm unable to participate, but the Mississippi River Headwaters Board is having their annual meeting coming up late. I think it's the 31st of October.
Yeah.
But I do want to mention, just because we were talking about Meg and how active she is, that she's actually on this agenda. They've invited over 200 people, so she's going to be representing the Parkway Commission as part of the Mississippi River Recreational Signage and Economic Development Project. And it says, so she'll be presenting with Tim Terrell, who's the director of the Headwaters Board, and then Meg. So I just wanted to point that out, just how active she is and how good she is at these partnerships. I know I've done some editing on those signs, and it's quite a robust project that, they took up on their own. So I mean, I think that's the other thing, is that she's very innovative as far as how to use grassroots energy to promote the Great River Road and the Mississippi River. So thanks.
Thanks, Carol. And this is Chris again. I will again call for any final comments, and otherwise, Andrew, whenever you'd like to close us out, we can go ahead and call it a day on the business of this meeting.
Yeah, I don't see any other comments, so I think we're good to adjourn, and we'll see you all next week.
Wonderful. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Have a
you.
good rest of the day. Bye-bye.